Hi everyone. Just confirm you can hear me, you can see me, we are live. Hey, you're wrong by saying your phone is about to go off because we did say that you should be so prepared, right? All right. Just confirm you can see me, confirm you can hear me loud and clear. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Hi, good evening. Just drop in the chat. Where are you joining us from? What country? What state? Where are you? I'm live here in Lagos, Nigeria. So let me know where you're joining from. Let me know where you are joining us from. Let me know where you're joining us from. You can't see me. Wow. All right. I guess you can see me now. Hi, Delta. I see you from Osun State. I'm so excited. You can see me now. You can hear me loud and clear. Is that correct? Do let me know. I'm looking out for your feedback. Yes, interesting. Thank you so much. You guys should go on to invite every other person that's supposed to be here, but are not here yet. You're joining from Ado Ekiti. I see you from Delta. I see you from Oyo, from Lagos. Yes, yes, you're welcome. You are welcome from Ogun State, from Kwara State, from Ibadan, from Lagos, Nigeria. Good evening. I'm so excited to have everyone here. So just go ahead to inform others that we are live now and they should join us so they don't miss out on everything that we have planned for you today because it's going to really be a lot. Interesting. Thanks for the feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited, and I'm just going to give one more minute for others that are going to join us, and then I'm going to go ahead to share my slide. I'm really excited about this conversation, community management, because this has changed my life and a lot of other people that I know. So I cannot wait for you to be the next person to also testify. Excited to have you here, Victoria from Oye Ekiti. Interesting. Hi from Lagos. Hi from Ogun State. How many people are from Lagos? Can we have a poll? Who are those that are most here? Oh, from Maduguri. Interesting. Nice to have you here. How is the weather over there? How is the weather over there? If you can't hear me and you can't see me right now, I think you have to rejoin because the network may be contributing to that. I am very, very clear visually and I am very audible. So please go ahead now to share on your status, on your stories that we are live and everyone should join. Go ahead to share the link with them and then we're going to get started in just 1 minute from now. Interesting. From Abuja. I'm so excited to have you here. Abby Space, I think you may have to rejoin because of your network. All right. Interesting. I'm so excited. How many people here are excited? I'm just trying to also send the link to others to join. If you know anyone that should be here, please go ahead to inform them to be here. As you are joining, just mark your names. Where are you joining us from? I see you, Ezekiel from Ado Ekiti, Kemi from Kwara. I see you from Ogun State, Sola. I see Temiloluwa from Ibadan. I see Clever Peters from Ondo State. Interesting. I'm so excited. I am so excited. All right. Let's just go ahead now to start. Simi from Lagos, you're welcome. So I want to ask another question quickly. How many people here are community managers and how many people are about to start their community management career? So let me know quickly. Just type in the chat, you're a community manager or you are about to get started, you want to transition or you own a community. Whatever category you're in, just let us know quickly. Just let us know. Are you a community manager or you want to start your career in community management? Quickly, I want to do a quick poll. Interest, you're already a community manager. You're already a community manager. You're about to get started. I see so many people here are about to get started, and I'm more excited. All right, about to get started. You've managed several communities. Amazing. You're just an admin on your school group. I like that because it shows that you have opportunity in front of you. Interesting. You just want to start in community management. You want to transition. Amazing. You're a photographer, a mini community manager for a creative photographer. Interesting. Okay, you manage several communities. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And I just want you to know that irrespective of the category you're in, whether you're a community manager or you're about to get started in community management, just know that you are on the right path and there is opportunity for everyone. And this conversation today is going to cater to every one of us, to every one of us. So I'm really excited. And I'm loving you guys' energy. I'm loving it already. So yes, let's have more people join. Let's have more people join. And then we can get started in another 1 minute. You're a community admin in your college group. I like that. If you're an admin of any group here, whether WhatsApp, whether Telegram, whether Discord, whatever group it is, just drop it here. Let's know those that are, those admins that we want to remove, we want to block, we want to upgrade. If you are an admin, whether on WhatsApp, whether on any community, just let me know. Where are my admins? WhatsApp group admins, church admins. Just let me know which group it is. Is it a school group, alumni? Is it WhatsApp? Is it church? Whichever one. Amazing. I like that we have the right set of people in the room this evening. You're an admin of several groups. I think you need an award. Clever Peters, you need an award. You're an admin on the WhatsApp group. Belumi Jeje. Amazing, amazing. You're a WhatsApp community admin for a brand that's about to launch. Love that. So it means you're going to start on the very right lane. I love that. On Discord, developer community. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, most developers and even advanced careers always use Discord, and that is really amazing. Amazing. You're a community manager for the organization you work in. You're an admin for church, for productive, for team, for community, and many more. Let's call Igwe to organize the award for Oluwashoga Akukwuola. That's amazing. Yay! You're from Ghana. That's what I'm seeing. Victoria, community management lead, CarryWise ambassador, admin, community manager for a beauty tech startup in Ghana. Amazing. How is the weather in Ghana today, Victoria? I love it. I love it. All right, guys. I think we are warmed up enough and we can get started. Can I get a yes to that? Are we ready? Are we ready for this session? Should I go on? I have gifts. Remember, I wrote it. The first 100 people are going to get gifts from me. So just stay tuned to the end to get your gifts. Yes, we can get started. If you can't hear me, if you can't see me, you may have to rejoin. It could be your network because on my end here, I can see myself, I can hear myself, and I'm very sure that you can hear me and see me as well. So yes, let's get started, guys. Thank you so much once again for joining. To everyone that shared this link, to everyone that shared the flyer, to their friends and everyone. I'm really excited. Yay! Like Pelumi is saying, yes, I am ready. Let's get started. Now I'm going to go straight into the training, share my screen. As the training is going on, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to note it down. You can either write it somewhere in your notepad. Remember, I told you to come in with your notepad, right? So yes, once you have that, also go ahead to share the questions when it is time for questions. So please pay attention. Don't drop your phone or your laptop somewhere and go to the kitchen. Please pay very, very rapt attention. All right, let's get started. Let me know once you start seeing my screen. Can you see my screen now? Anybody? Yes, amazing. I love that. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, we want to talk about community management 101. And I've named it 101 because we want to talk about the rudiments. What exactly does community management entail? What exactly do we mean when we say community management? I've been at a gathering before where someone was asking me, oh, what do I do? And I said, community management. And the next question I was asked was, what local government? What community? Can you see how funny that sounds? Well, that was the question I was asked. And the reason is because not everybody really understands what community management entails. Not everybody understands what community management entails. And this conversation is to help enlighten some of us or every one of us that do not really know what community management looks like, and to also strengthen the knowledge of those of us that are already community managers, right? So I want you to pay so much attention, whether you have an experience or not. We want to talk about how to get started in this very, very interesting career path, right? Now, for me, I know that we have different categories of people right here. And I would say that this session is best for you if you fall into any of these categories. Number one is you're curious about community management. You want to understand what it means. You've heard it a lot of times. You've seen job descriptions saying community management, community management, community management. And you really want to know what community management is all about, right? And that is why we are here. The second category of people are those that are transitioning. Whether you've worked as an HR, as a marketing person, as a communications person, customer service person, irrespective of your career, you're looking to transition. I already saw someone say it earlier that they want to transition into community management. And yes, you are in the very right room, right? And the third category of people that I'm expecting in this room are those that own communities or they manage communities, but they don't have structures yet. They've not built structures around the communities that they manage. So whether you're a business owner here, you have a community, right? Or you're even a community manager already, but you're really overwhelmed, you're tired, you don't know what it should be like or what's not, you're in the right place, right? Because we are going to be talking about all of that today. And the final set of people we're looking for are those that want real paying career. So you want to get a job, you're looking to get a job as a community manager. This room is the exact room where you should be. So like I said earlier, please pay so much attention. Please pay so much attention and ensure that you are jotting everything that we are saying in this conversation today. Right. Are you still here? Do let me know. Are you guys following and are you excited? Are you really, really excited? All right, amazing. I love your energy so much. I love this energy so, so much. All righty. Now let's move quickly. Yes. What does our agenda for today look like? What are we going to be talking about? Like I said earlier, we'll be discussing what community management looks like. What are the different names that this career path has called? Because it's not just community management or community managers. Those are not just the only keywords you'll find in this career path. There are a lot of them, and we are going to be dissecting each and every one of them. Also, we are going to be looking at the skill sets, the tools you need, and everything that you need to know and get together in starting out in this career path, right? Also, we are going to be talking about how to actually build communities, how to grow communities from onboarding to engagement to retention. We're going to be discussing every of that. And then we're going to be telling you how to track your results. How do you build your portfolio? Whether you're transitioning using your existing skills or you are already a community manager, how exactly do you track results and make yourself open and accessible for opportunities? And I'm going to be telling you guys different ways of getting opportunities and how you can as well get opportunities as well. I'm sure somebody really wants to hear that one, right? And finally, we are going to be discussing your next step right from this particular masterclass. I'm excited. Now let's get straight into business. Let's get straight into business. What exactly is community management? I think I'm going to throw that open. When you hear community management, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind when you hear community management? Anybody? What When you hear community management, what comes to your mind? Whether you're a community manager or not, what's that first thing that comes to your mind? Oh, you're managing a community, or somebody wants to manage a community. What comes to mind? Anybody quickly? Yes, somebody is saying onboarding, engaging. All right. Somebody is saying managing a community. Oluwa sugar. That's a cheat code. But anyway, what comes to mind? What comes to mind? Being in charge of some people. I like that one. That's correct. Being in charge of some people, managing the activities relating to a group of people. Somebody is saying coordinate. All of these responses that you have all given are very, very correct. They are all very, very correct. Guiding a group of people to see a shared goal, around a shared goal, the art of organizing a set of, these people are scholars. I love this. I'm clapping for you guys. You guys are scholars. I love it. Effective management of a community or group of people, whether virtually or physically. I need to pin that one, right? That is very, very correct. I like that you added whether virtually or physically, because we have different types of communities. Amazing, amazing. Now let's move quickly. Community management is that work of bringing people together around a shared purpose and intentionally building a space where they can connect, they can learn, they can collaborate, and they can grow together. So the very first keyword there is what? People. Bringing people together. The common word there is people. You cannot have community management without people. That is very, very wrong. And then the other keyword there is what? A shared purpose. So why are we all gathering? Why are we all in this community? Why are we all here? It means we have a particular purpose in mind. It means we have a particular purpose in mind, right? So why would a company or an organization bring people together? It's because there is something on their mind that they want those people to achieve together. Are you guys still following? Now, the goal is also to intentionally build a space. So you're not just gathering them and leaving them there. You're building a space where they can connect with one another, where they can learn, where they can collaborate and grow. I love this analogy a lot, and I'm going to use the analogy. So let's assume that everybody wants to come visit me in my house. So let's say I'm doing a birthday party and I have invited 15 guests, right? I've invited 15 guests to come visit me. Now, these 15 guests, from the point where they leave their house to the point where they get to my gate, I'm not aware. I don't know what's happening to them unless they update me, right? But from that moment where they step into the gate of my house and they come into my house and stay with me in my party, what does that mean? It means that we are all gathered together in one space for a shared purpose, which in this case is what? Is my birthday party. Do you guys understand? Now, I want to use that analogy to explain that social media management, which is similarly linked to community management, is not exactly what community managers do, right? Now, the work of a social media manager would be that work of when that person left their house till when they got to my gate. Do you understand? They are the ones that will engage them there. They are the ones that would, converse with them. They are the ones that will create content that will make them want to enter into my house, into my gate. Right? Now, once those people enter into my house, into my gate, to my party, they have now moved into my community, into my space. And what I need to do is to now ensure that I properly guide these people, onboard them, manage them to an extent that they have a very, very great experience in my community, which is in my party. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm using this analogy to explain that community management becomes very effective when there is a shared purpose. People are gathered in a space, right, around a shared purpose, and they are all there together to do what? To ensure that you are you are building them, you are helping them to connect, you are helping them to maximize the reason why they have joined that community. So think about it this way. You have a business, right? I mean, all of us here. So let's just use ourselves as an example. So we are all in different locations. Some people are in Abuja, some are in Delta, some are in Ghana, some are in Lagos. We are all in different locations. But right now, right here, we are all in this same virtual room. You are all looking at me and listening to me, right? The entire experience you would have around this place is dependent on how I make you feel comfortable, on how I make you get value, on how I make you feel seen, heard. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is what community management really looks like. So you have gathered people, entry-level folks, coming together in a WhatsApp group. They want to learn skills, they want to do this, they want to do that. What will happen? Now that will take us to the myth. Is it just about sending announcements to them? No, it is not about sending announcements. It's about designing experiences that will make them feel really, really valued in that community. You are going to design experiences that will ensure that they get enough value out of that community. So if, for example, they have paid you 50,000 naira to join that community where they want to learn, let's say they want to learn, what do they want to learn now? Let's say they want to learn how to bake cake, right? They paid 50,000 naira to learn to bake cake. You've added them to a WhatsApp group. Are you just going to leave them alone in that WhatsApp group and just say, you have class tomorrow, you have class next tomorrow? Is that all they have paid for? No. You are going to ensure that they have a solid experience. You are not just leaving them blank with questions on their mind. When we get to onboarding and everything, you understand what I mean, right? So another thing is, oh, we are just managing a group chat. No, it is not group chat. They are actual people. They are humans. They are people. And you know that when you are managing people, if our people is too far a word, when you have siblings, you know that you have different personalities, right? When you have, even in a relationship, your temperament is different from your partner's own, right? The way you think, the way you understand things is different from the other person. So this is to let you know that you are building a people system. You are actually managing people. You are ensuring that people are getting the best out of that community. They are learning, they are growing, they are collaborating, they are connecting, right? Because one of the end goals of community management is networking. People are networking, they are connecting with each other. So for example, I know that, okay, right here on this call, I have someone in Abuja. If an emergency comes up right now, right here, that I need to, know if it's raining in Abuja, I just need to ask here to say, oh, that person in Abuja, is it raining? Do you understand? And that way, I can say, oh, I know someone in Abuja, I know someone, even if we have not met before. That is what you are doing as a community manager. You are making people network, you are making people feel seen and heard, right? Now, another myth is that, oh, community managers just reply comments. When people ask questions, their job is to answer. No, you are actually facilitating real connection. Because it's not just about comments. It's not just saying, oh, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do. It's also about how you respond to that person and how you make that person feel. So if, for example, someone on this call is asking, oh, please, I need access to somebody in Bagada in Lagos to help me check if so and so is working. And they ask on this group. Now, it is the job of the community manager in this group to ensure that that person actually gets the response to their question. They get the solution to their problem. That is how to facilitate real connection and ensure that the people system you're building is actually yielding accurate results. Let me know, guys. Are you guys following this session and are you getting value from it? I'm not seeing your chat. I want to know. Do you understand what I've explained about community management before I move forward? Interesting. I love it. Somebody is saying value creation. Nice. You're loving this session. I'm loving it. So we are amazing. All right. Now, I don't know how many people followed the 40-day series I did on Instagram and social media generally. I started the 40 days of community management series in March. And during the course of the 40 days, I shared a lot of free value. And one key thing that binds everything up is that behind every thriving community, there are invisible layers of work. So people will just see that, oh, in this community, this is what happened. Oh, this is what is happening. You are not seeing the work that is behind the scene. You are not seeing what that person is doing behind the scene. And what are they doing? They are designing this, structure. How do we want it to be? When they join, what's the first thing they get? When they do this, what's the next thing? Oh, when they ask this, how do we go about this? They are setting the culture. What's the culture like? For example, if you are managing a developer platform, you don't expect conversations around Beyonce and Rihanna unless it is part of the culture you are creating. Do you understand? So part of the behind the scene work is that you're managing conflict. Like I said earlier, we have different kinds of people, different kinds of personality. So as the community manager, you have to manage these people. I've been in situations where I've had to manage diverse kinds of situations, diverse kinds of problems, diverse kinds of people, from people insulting themselves in the group, from people saying, oh, this person is saying this, some people getting angry that, oh, my opinion was just downsized and all of those things, right? You have to manage it. And then you have to encourage belonging. You have to encourage belonging because you are managing people. Just think about it. If I just come on this call and I'm, chewing something and I'm just doing anyhow, how will you feel? I'm sure you would have logged out, right? Or you just go ahead to post online to say, oh, this lady doesn't know what she say. Oh, this is rubbish. This is this, this is that. Do you understand? So that is what community managers actually do. They shape the experiences of people. So sometimes you are the strategist, you are the executor, you are the leader, you are the listener, you are the mediator. And in most cases, especially with companies, when you're managing communities, the CEO is not going to be the one talking every day. You are the one. And that means that you are the one that they know. Sometimes they will even see you as the leader. Do you understand? Because you are a manager, it's a manager role. So it is not a small job. It is not a small work. Do you understand? Now let's move quickly and then to the next thing. Now let me tell you quickly how I got into community management. I like to say that my core community management work or background work started far back as 2020 during the lockdown, right? Now, from 2020, when I had, in fact, it was 2019, I had a major 2019. Someone is asking if they're going to get a recording. Well, just pay attention and be here. That's what I would say. Let's see how that goes. Now, in 2019, I had a major career, not even career, educational breakout. I was exhausted with what I was studying, right? In case you want to know, I studied food science, which doesn't align with what I am currently doing, right? So I studied food science and I was just tired of the course. I was not finding it interesting and I just wanted to leave, right? And at a point, I spoke to someone to say, oh, this is actually what I'm interested in, but what I'm studying does not look like it. And I'm tired, I'm exhausted. And after some assessments that the person did for me, the person just said, you know what? I think you love people. I think you're going to do well managing people, dealing with people. And I said, yes. I actually want to network with people. So I started attending events. I started, learning and studying how I can actually manage people. What skills do I need? How do I go about it? Right? And from 2020 to 2022, I was doing a lot of learning. I didn't have enough resources, right? So I would just check online for whatever I found. I was just learning. And then I took on some jobs on in social media management and virtual assistance. I was just doing all of these things. Why? Because I was trying to network with people, get closer to people, to do the work with people, right? And even though I was doing the work with people, it was still not what I wanted. And now in 2022, I did something. I joined a community of, a community of entry-level guys trying to do something with their lives and grow. Similar to, what you guys have done. Now you've joined the community of, the Community Management Academy. I joined as well. I volunteered. So that was on Telegram. And I just volunteered. I saw that there were over 1,000 people in that community. And in my mind, I'm like, how did this person lead this community? How will this person lead these people? And what did I do? I reached out to volunteer. And that was how I got it. So at first it was free. It was just a volunteer role. And the next cohort, the person said, you know what? How about I give you 15,000 naira monthly? to just manage these people. And I said, no problem, it's fine. For me, I just wanted access to, manage these people. It was more about the passion. And I did that consistently. By the time I was done managing 12 cohorts, that's like over a year, right? I have started collecting 25,000 naira. That's no more 15,000. I know it's very small money, and some of us will not want to start that way, right? But for me, it was more about the passion and the skill I was building. And right there on that job, that particular person I was working with just referred me. She said, oh, this person wants to manage a community and need someone, and I think you're a good fit. Guess what? From 25,000 naira, that was how I moved to earning 200,000 naira. 200,000 naira. And I worked there and kept on, managing diverse communities. That was over 700% salary increase. 700% salary increase. And from there up until date, guys, I'm not going to tell you how much I'm earning, but I'm sure that you already know that it is more than, where I was coming from, right? And not just a small one. And today I am here, sharing this knowledge with you guys. And that's just to let you know that there is career progression in the community management field. There is career progression. There is growth. Do you understand? So your first opportunity may not just come from a job board. It may just come from volunteering. It may come from showing up, right? So that is really, really one thing I want you to take out of here. If you're someone who is passionate about growth, about networking, about building people, guys, community management is definitely that place for you, right? And one thing that has happened is, I remember when I, managed that first community of 1,000 people, and I went to an event. I went to an event in Lagos. You guys, I didn't know I had become a celebrity. From here, though, oh, hi, Moi, hi, Moi, hi, Moi. And that's to let you know that community management is also that career that will increase your net worth and your, people bank. People will know you, right? So if you are someone that is looking to get, some level of influence around people, then I think you are actually in the right place. With community management, I can tell you that for free, right? Now let's move further. You may be thinking, oh, what about this? What about that? Is it also community management? Community management is not just called community management alone. There are different names that community managers are called. There are diverse names. And in fact, this list does not exhaust everything. This list does not exhaust it. But the most common one is community manager, right? I've worked as a member services associate before, member services specialist before, right? And that is also community management, right? It is also managing people. Community strategy is one of the things that I do majorly right now, right? It is also community management. So as I'm explaining all of these things, I want you to be looking at it and be typing it in the chat. Is this something you're already doing? Is this something that already aligns with where you are coming from or where you are right now? Have you started, working on strategy on how to make a community work better? Have you started doing things around customer support, member support, people's experience? Even if event management is a part of community management, it's part of it. It's part of the work you will do as a community manager, right? So most times for the entry level side of things, they call it community associate, right? So we have community operations lead. These are the people that manages the processes, the systems at which you are, ensuring that your community is really, really healthy, right? So we have member experience people. So these people are those in charge of the entire member journey, because that's one of the ways by which you know how to really manage a community. There is a full-blown member journey, right? That's one of the things that we have to talk about in the next phase. Now, head of community is another very senior role, right? When you move up the ladder to community strategist, to head of community, or you go into community growth manager and all of these things. This is important. Oh, interesting. I see someone say you work as a community strategist. I love that. I love that. So it means you are not really the executor. You are doing more of strategy work. You are the brain behind the community. That's very interesting. I really love strategy too. So yeah, I love that a lot. Now let's talk about the skills you already have. And here, I want those that are transitioning to really, really pay so much attention. To pay so much attention. So if you're here, you are transitioning into community management rather. You're looking to become a community manager, then you have to pay so much attention here. The first very important skill, and all of these skills are linked to the fact that I told you that community management deals with a lot of people, different kinds of people with different characters, with different thinking, right? Emotional intelligence, you have to have it because you need to know how to manage tension, how to respond to conflict, how to manage people, how to manage conflict, how to respond with empathy. It's not that your members will say that they are fighting and then you go, are you silly? Don't you think? Are you not an adult? No, it doesn't work that way. You need to be emotionally intelligent as a community manager. Now, this second point is the very, very, very interesting one that I love to talk about. Communication. Whether verbally, whether written communication, you need to be a very good communicationist, if there's a word like that. As a community manager, you're going to talk to people, you're going to onboard people, you're going to ensure that people are well settled in. It is very important that you are a very great communicationist, right? You communicate very well, you communicate accurately, you are not using is for words, and you are not, looking for your words. You are not someone that would have a subject to talk about and then talk about something else. That's not a very good thing as a community manager. And the reason is because your members are relying on you for the solution to their problem. They are relying on you for the answers to their questions. They are relying on you to get value out of that community. So it is very, very important that you communicate accurately. This third one is where many people make the mistake. Active listening. This is where feedbacks come in. You're getting feedbacks, you're getting review from your members. It is very important. So you are not just disseminating information, you're actually hearing back from them. From these first three that I've mentioned, what would you say is your strongest? I want you guys to say it, whether you're a community manager or not already. What's your strongest? Do you communicate well? Are you an active listener? Are you emotionally intelligent? Let me know. I'm waiting in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. Quickly let me know in the chat. What is your strongest? Which of these three is your strongest? Active communication, active listening, emotional intelligence. All of these are very, very important skills to have as a community manager. The next one is conflict management. Are you guys still here? Can you still hear me? Interesting. Community management. Oh, communication. You love it. Nice, nice, nice. I like this person. Interesting. Now, conflict management is very, very important. This is not just the job of lawyers. Community managers are also conflict managers. You need to know how to resolve issues. For this conflict management, I have a strategy that I always use. The strategy is CALM, C-A-L-M, CALM, C-A-L-M, CALM. That first letter C is to ensure that you calm everyone involved down. You are calm. So it's a two-way thing. You yourself, you're calm. And then for everybody involved in this whole situation, you are calming them down. So let's assume that there is an issue. Remember the scenario I gave you guys earlier of my birthday party. So let's assume that as the birthday was going on, somebody overdanced and hit my cake, and the cake fell down. People are going to panic. Why is it? Even the person that did it will be scared. And even the celebrants, everybody would panic. As the community manager in that room, your first job is letter C, to calm the entire atmosphere down, right? And letter A is what? Acknowledge the issue. So letter A is where you are saying, guys, I understand that this has happened already, right? I understand that this has happened already. Just be calm. You are acknowledging it, right? So that everybody will know that, okay, you saw it, right? Okay, there is an issue already. Fine. Let's not say, how did you do this? So instead of saying, were you blind? Didn't you see the cake? Were you blind? Didn't you see this? Didn't you see that? No. The next thing is for you to do what? Acknowledge. The issue has happened. It has happened. Don't blame anybody, right? Now, calm. Letter L is what? Look for the solution and render it. Look for the solution and render it. Look for it. So whatever the solution would be, you need to have a cogent solution as the community manager. So in that case, for example, your first solution will be, okay, let's pack it. If we can rescue some part of this cake, let's rescue it so that people can still have cake to eat, right? Now, after that, let's pack up the place so that the place is fine. Oh, DJ, continue. That's solution, right? DJ, continue. Okay, keep playing stuff. Everybody go back to your position, calm the situation, acknowledge it, and then look for the potential solution. Right now, letter M is in cases where it's looking like everybody are still scared, they're still panicking, they're still doing it. Make them feel comfortable and then escalate where necessary. Right now, hear from part of making them feel comfortable is that you are hearing from every side. Let's say the celebrant is trying to say, oh, blah 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 blah, or this person that fell the cake is also trying to say blah blah blah. Just make them feel comfortable. Let them say it. Let them shout. Let them say what they want to say. But remember that because you have calmed them earlier, they are not saying it from a state of panic. They are not saying it from a state of, rash emotions. Now they are saying it from a more stable state. Do you understand? So now make them comfortable. Let them say what they want to say. And then if you see that it is looking like the situation is beyond your reach, the next thing is for you to escalate it. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Escalate the issue. So this has been my strategy around conflict management, especially when it comes to my members. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Your job is to ensure that even though friction happens, you are actually managing the friction accurately. Now, facilitation is very, very important. What I'm doing, for example, is that I'm facilitating this session. As a community manager, you are going to facilitate different sessions, whether virtually, whether physically, whether on group chats. You're going to facilitate sessions a lot. So you need to know how to guide people to converse. If your people are not talking, if the group is too quiet, ensure that you have startup prompts. You have things to, make people start talking. Very, very important. All of these fall under the community engagement strategy, right? So you need to build bridges, things that will make people feel connected, things that will make people talk. It is very, very important. Very, very important. Thank you so much, Iswat. Iswat has helped us to, write out the entire camp strategy. Now let's take a look back at the 40-day series that we did. I want to take just these 4 days to use it to explain for those that are transitioning. Number 3, anyone can start a group chat, but building a healthy, thriving community requires real leadership. And this is where your skill set comes in and your experience. So what I want you to do for those that are transitioning, what I want you to do now is to do an assessment of your current skill set. Look at it. Okay, you've worked as an HR, you've dealt with people. What are the transferable skills you have that you can bring into community management? You've worked in marketing. What are the things that you have done that translates to what we are talking about? Do you understand? Now, day 12, we talked about your first role. It may not come from sending applications. It may come from showing up in a community and making yourself really valuable. Like the example of, Moyolua right here, volunteering and then getting a job from that. Right? Now, another thing we talked about in day 23 was that most people in your community are watching. So you may say, oh, they are not responding. Let me even quickly ask, for those that are community managers here, how many of you have experienced silent ghost members? How many people have experienced it? On Discord, let's say you have 1,000 members and only 20 people look like they are talking all the time. Have you experienced it before? Right? There's something that we call, there's the member psychology, the member circle, right? It's part of the syllabus of the next phase we're going to talk about. It is where we understand the percentage of people that are listeners. Not everybody will engage. There are some people that are contributors. There are some people that are observers. That's their job. No matter what you do, they won't talk. And that's also fine, right? But what you are going to do as community manager is to make sure that the space is healthy, right? The space is healthy and people are comfortable enough when they want to talk. Yes, it can be very frustrating, it can be really painful, such that it's looking like your efforts are not coming out. But what I've come to realize in this community management journey is that not everybody are contributors. In fact, about 1 to 6% of the people in your community are those that will actually be contributors, right? So no, the work is not to give up. The work is to re-strategize based on the knowledge of your member psychology. Do you understand? Now, day 36, we talk about communities not being active by accident. You have to always have structure, intention, and a system behind every thriving community. This is very, very important. So you go back to the drawing board, you re-strategize. You go back to the drawing board, and then you restructure. Do we understand? Now, I want you guys to look at what is on your screen. If you can, please read this out. Look at this chat between somebody and I. This person sent me messages just a few weeks ago, right? That she didn't even know what community management meant. This person got a job as a project manager. Look at this. They wanted a project manager to do community management stuff. And this person did not even know anything around community management. And guess what? This person lost the job. It's a very painful thing, right? And that's to let you know that you don't need to be a core community manager before you have the knowledge of what we are talking about. It is very, very important. Everybody needs to have this knowledge. Why? Because community managers are now in demand across different sectors and different parts. So you would see community or customer support people being tasked with the job of community manager. You would see social media managers being tasked with the job of community manager. And that's to let you know that community management skill, in fact, people management skill, is fast becoming a skill that everybody should have. Everybody should have. Everybody should have these skills. Are you guys still following? Did you guys read this chat that I'm saying? Can you see what I'm saying? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Interesting. It's very, very sad. Very, very sad that somebody could lose a job just because they didn't have these basic skills, right? So it is very, very important that you have these skills. I have a gift for you at the end of this session, so please pay attention. Now, let's move faster, right? Look at this. You may be wondering now, how exactly can I land my first community management role? Oh, I'm coming from this queue, I'm coming from this place, I'm coming from this place. How do I land my first community management role despite, all of these transferable skills that I have? We've emphasized number one already: volunteer. Very, very important. Volunteer. The second one is to manage a community for a creator or a founder. Now, let me give you guys an example. So you guys are following a lot of creators on Instagram, on LinkedIn. You're following a lot of people that are building stuff, that are, gathering people together. I mean, an example is those of us here, right? We are being gathered together. We are being, we are learning together. We are in this space together. How about you reach out to volunteer? That's one way that you can actually get your skill, your experience, the knowledge you're looking for, right? Remember, that was how I also started. So apart from volunteering in an existing community, you can actually reach out to, say that you want to manage the community for somebody. Now, somebody is asking, how long should I volunteer in a role? How long should volunteering last? Here is my honest recommendation. If you are starting out fully like a fresher, I always set a goal of 6 months to 1 year. What will happen between that 6 months to 1 year is that you are going to interact with diverse kinds of people. You're going to do different tasks. You're going to carry out different tasks and responsibilities, right? You're going to get more familiar with that exact thing that you're trying to achieve. In the space of 6 months to 1 year, you are going to have solid experience that you would even be confident in yourself to say, I think I can take on a job now, right? So when you are confident, it could be 6 months. At the end of 6 months, you could feel confident in yourself to say, I can take on a job. It could be 1 year, it could be 8 months, whatever month or whatever number of months it is. I think that a space of 6 months to 1 year is fair enough for internship. That's why you would see most internship would not span more than 1 year. Really, it's about 6 months to 1 year. Do you understand? So if you are a core beginner, my goal that I set is 6 months to 1 year. So it can differ based on your ability to learn fast. Right now, number 3 would be to start your own community. If you're already a thought leader in your space, you already have something tangible that you're building that people come to you for, start your community and begin to strategize around it. Use that to build people intentionally and create a very solid people structure there. Do you understand? Now, the 4th thing is to offer community support inside your current role. Remember the slide I showed you earlier. Now, let's assume this person started the job as a project manager or as a product manager, and you are offering community management as a side also, or as a side role in that your company, in that your role. What it means is that if you see a job vacancy later on that states community manager, because you have been doing it over time, that way you are able to now take on the role because you already understand the concept around community management. Do you understand? Now, the final thing is to join structured programs like this, right? Where you can actually get the skills, you can get the certificates, you can get access to opportunities and jobs, and then you can be placed in the accurate job that aligns with your interests and your skills. Are you following? All right. Yes. Now, let's look at this slide together. In case you are still wondering, is community management actually is it a real deal? Am I going to get jobs there? You guys should look at this. These are just some of the many other DMs I've gotten, right? Of people asking, of CEOs reaching out, of companies reaching out to say, Moe, I want you to get me a community manager. I'm looking for a community manager. Look at this one, basically for women, right? So there are different kind of communities. This last one you're looking at came in just this morning. This person says they are looking for a community manager that doubles as a social media manager. Now, can you see that this person understands that they have different skills, but they want one person that can do both? Right now, this is the place of your transitioning knowledge. This is where it comes to play. So let's assume you've been working as a community manager or as a social media manager. Now, how do you now get a job that aligns with what you're doing or what you are trying to achieve in community management? This is a good fit for you, right? So we have these opportunities coming to us almost every day right now. In fact, this person is asking for a training on a corporate level, right, for their staff. So that means that what you guys are getting here freely, some people are actually looking for those that will come train their staff. I had someone reach out to me sometimes last year on Facebook, and the person said, Omoye, I just got a job as a community manager, but I don't know how I am going to go about it. I'm confused, right? So there are some people like that. You took on a job you did not really fully understand, everything about. That's also fine, right? I mean, that is why the Community Management Academy was created, to help every one of us to, align and to get the accurate knowledge and skill, right? So some of these job vacancies are still open. However, I think about 2 or 3 of them, not everything is here, like I said, right? So 2 or 3 are already filled. You're going to see that in the coming slides. Now let's talk about how to build and grow a thriving community. How to build and grow a thriving community. Remember, I talked about member journey the other time, right? We have different phases of the member experience, of the member journey. From the point where they enter into my gate, remember our analogy, from the point where they enter into my gate, right, to the point where they stay and they say, oh, I think this place is really good. There are things that you need to do at every point in time. That's the place of strategy. Now, the first point is entry. They just joined. They're observing. They're quiet. They are waiting for you to welcome them, right? So they're just joining. At this stage, there are certain things that you need to do to design their experience to ensure that they actually move to the next phase, and to ensure that they actually feel seen and welcome and comfortable, right? So when a member just joins, they are just quiet, they are observing. What are you going to do at this stage? There are things to be done. Now, the next phase is the onboarding phase. This is where you welcome them warmly and you state the purpose of the community. You let them know why they are here, why you have gathered them, what you are trying to help them achieve. That is when you're going to ensure that, oh, they are not just observers, but now they have an idea why this community was created, what exactly you want them to do, right? Now, the next phase is the engagement phase. At this engagement phase, they already understand what the community is about. They already have an idea what you are trying to achieve. Now, this is where they will now move from being observers to being contributors, right? So this is where they will start talking, they will start commenting, they will start participating, they will start contributing to what exactly you are trying to achieve, what you are trying to do, what you are trying to make them do, right? And once these stages are well executed, these members will be retained. So let's say your community, for example, is a paid community where people have to pay to join. It means that these people will be happy to renew their subscription, whether monthly or yearly. Why? Because they are getting value from it. Do you understand? Why? Because they now feel seen and safe. They understand the community. In fact, they will become your unpaid ambassadors. Let me give an example. The Community Management Academy WhatsApp group that you guys join. If you have not joined, you should actually join. I've sent the link to your email. Right now, on that WhatsApp group, we had a call. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And then we welcomed each other. We talked about different things, right? And I did not ask people to do it, but I think about 2 to 3 people made actual posts on LinkedIn and tagged me and talked about it. Can you guys see where I'm talking about advocacy? Why did they do that? Because they got value already. Do you understand? Now, this is what happens where people join your community and the value is already visible. They will become your unpaid ambassadors. They will become your referrals. They will become people that will start telling people to join. I'm sure that at the end of this session, many of you will go on LinkedIn, on Instagram, to make posts about this session. Why? Because you got value from it. Why? Because you are really excited about everything that you're learning from this session. Do you understand? So that is what advocacy looks like. Now, community management doesn't just happen. It is actually designed. So once you understand each of this process, you need to know at what point are people dropping off? What is making people not to stay in this community? Why are people not commenting? Why are people not responding to my community messages? Why are people not joining these sessions? Right? This way you can go back to your strategy and work on your member engagement plan. Right? So once you identify the problem and the stage, you would know exactly what you need to do to make the people become actual retainers or actual advocates. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain? Now, I want you guys to know that the opportunity is real. Recently, they were dragging the founder of the CEO of MoneyPoint. Why? Because he was talking about the talent gap, how that they have been trying to recruit people and people are not, being competent enough. And I'm not going to say that he's wrong because really there is a competence issue. However, I'm also going to fact that the Nigerian salary scale is really, really flawed, such that companies want to hire the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, but they want to pay the money of an entry-level person. Do you understand? Now, however, that's to let you know that community management is actually an actual career that has earning potential. So when you are just starting, I'm not talking about volunteering now. You are just starting in an entry level, depending on the organization. Now, you guys should note that everything that is here is very, very relative. Very, very relative. Relative to the kind of company. Some companies have money more than the other, right? Relative to the kind of industry. Some industries are also well boxed than the other. relative to the responsibilities involved. So what kind of things are they asking you to do? It will also determine the amount that you'll be paid. Do you understand? Now, entry level will earn anything around 70K to 200K, depending on what, I'm trying to see your chat. Do you have questions? Just drop it there. I'm looking at it. Now, depending on what kind of organization it is or what your exact skill set is, right? For mid-level, it ranges around 200K to 500K. I'm talking in naira now. For other countries, it varies. For US, for example, there are some community managers that earn in hours, right? So it could range from some tens of naira, or sorry, some tens of dollars per hour to some hundreds of dollars per hour, right? So it depends on, the organization, the country, and then the responsibilities involved. For senior level, some senior levels earn around 600K to a million and even more. In case you are doubting, oh, are there actual community managers that earn more than 1 million naira? Yes, I am telling you that there are community managers that earn more than a million naira and earn actual millions, right? So don't just think that, community management is not a progressive career. It is, right? I can tell you that for free. Remember, I started at 15,000 naira and then moved straight up to 25,000 naira and moved straight up to 200,000 naira and moved straight up and up and up and up till, we're still moving actually. So yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? So the growth is actually real. It is real, and you are the one that is sleeping on it. Now look at this message. Remember where I started from earlier. Now look at this, for example. These are people that we have helped secure jobs, not just in community management, but also in a lot of community management roles. Like I said, some of them are already really, really, filled, and then there are still more vacancies coming up. However, at the Community Management Academy, we are only going to recommend and refer those that we are really, really sure are capable and competent, right? Why? Because it's our name at stake. Do you understand? So there are vacancies. We have a talent pool already. So if you have not filled the form, it will be sent to the WhatsApp group. So fill the form, we'll review your CVs, and we will ensure that, you match up with the opportunities we have available. And that's where we link you up. I mean, we always love congratulatory messages. So me, I love to congratulate people a lot. So I can't even wait for you to be congratulated and celebrated as well, right? So this is just to let you know that people are actually getting opportunity. One of us, right in the Community Management Academy, resumed at a job last week, right? Resumed at a job last week. And that's even like, we've not started this training, we've not done anything, and someone is already getting a job. There are 2 other people in the pipeline right now that their CVs are being reviewed by companies, right? They are also in that talent pool. So this is very, very important for you if you're looking to get a job, right? Now, you have seen everything that we have explained. You have seen what is possible. You may not be asking, how do I move to the next stage? How do I also get my job? How do I also, become a pro in community management? How do I understand my customer journey? How do I understand how to build a very solid community engagement strategy? How do I even spark up conversations in a community that looks like it is dead? Right? Is there anybody that has that question? Let me know, so that if I don't have to answer the question, I'll just move on from here and go ahead to give you guys my gift. Now, the question is, what is the next step from here? How do you move from knowing to actually doing? How do you move from just congratulating others to being congratulated yourself? Right? Now, the next class or the next phase of this training would be the Community Management Accelerator Bootcamp. This is a bootcamp that we are bringing up for community managers, right? It's a 4-week certified training program. And this is where it gets really, really exciting, right? Because we are going to go into details and in-depth of everything that I have been trying to explain. The first cohort comes up in June 6th. So what are we going to be talking about? Look at what this covers. And this is not even enough to what is in stock, like what we have. We're going to talk about even Web3. because not everybody is managing just business owners communities or creator communities. We have different kinds of communities, right? So we have from community management foundations. This is where we are going to help you really, really understand the evolution of community management. Community management evolved from somewhere till we got where we are right now, right? Then we are going to be talking about the systems and the strategy. What does onboarding look like? Engagement systems, community guidelines, everything. What does it look like? We're going to talk about it in depth. At the onboarding stage, what should you do? What kind of content should you send? How should you draft your message in a way that your community members will respond? Right? All of these things are very, very, very important. Web3 community management is also what we are going to be talking about, because that is an entirely different field from here, right? We're also going to be talking about community types. How do you handle conflict? And one interesting thing is that we are going to also treat communities one after the other. So let's say you're a community manager, you're already managing a community. We are going to sit with your community and help you map out a strategy that you can use to engage your members. Right? So this is the next week. Like I said, it's a boot camp. So it's a very serious work. Please, if you are not ready for the serious work, don't join. Because it's actually serious work. It's a serious work. There are going to be assignments. There are going to be case studies. We are bringing in guest speakers to actually teach us. So this is real serious work. Like you can see, I said here, week 3 is advanced management, right? Now, this week 4 is where it gets really, really interesting. I've gotten a lot of job opportunities from personal branding. I'm a personal branding strategist, right? And I wrote a book last year on personal branding playbook, a personal branding playbook. Everybody that joins the bootcamp will also get this for free. Why? Because we are not just going to teach you, we're also going to ensure that you know how to tell your story and actually get the job. This is very, very important. And like I said, companies are reaching out to us, with vacancies. They have job opportunities. So we are also going to be prepping you. We are dealing with everybody's CV one after the other and ensure that your CV is job ready. Right? So these are the things that we are going to be looking to do. I see some people are excited already. You can't wait to be part of this. All right, let's see the lucky people. Like I said, I have a gift. So yes, let's see the lucky people. It seems far. It's not far. It's just like 3 weeks away. June 6th is almost here, right? So yes, we are going to be building your portfolio. And at the end of it, you are going to be getting a certificate. Right? So we have live AMA sessions, community strategy reviews, job placement partnerships, 4 weeks of structured practical learning. It is a live session. It is like one-on-one. Yes, we are going to be talking about personal branding. I'm going to be treating you guys LinkedIn. Some people's LinkedIn profiles here are dead, right? So we are going to be learning how to actually build a LinkedIn, profile that stands out. In 2022, I got my first LinkedIn job. You guys, guess how much it paid me? I was still in school. That was 2022 or 2021. I got $300 from LinkedIn. Why? Because this person searched and my name came up. And that was how I got that job, from that person on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is one of the things that you guys are sleeping on. I'm saying dollars, not naira, $300, not when dollar is 2,000 or 1.5 now. I'm saying when dollar was like, it was like 500, 400 and something then, right? I got $300 right there in the university. So LinkedIn is where you guys are sleeping on. If you are seeing me post on LinkedIn, it's because I'm getting opportunities from there. So this is part of the things that we are going to be helping people to really, really achieve in the Community Management Accelerator Bootcamp. I feel like this is a lot already. Like, I'm so excited for those that will be a part of this, right? All right, now you may be wondering, how do I join? How do I join? Oh, let's look at this. By the end of the bootcamp, these are the things that you're going to achieve. You're going to understand community management at a strategic level. Like I said, the tools, the systems, the frameworks to manage any type of community. I have managed diverse types of community. Right now, I'm focused around managing C-level executives. I've managed entry-level folks. I've managed women. I've managed wives. I've managed different kinds of communities, right? So I can tell you for free that there are actual frameworks that you can use to manage any kind of community. You also understand how to onboard members, drive engagement, reduce churn. I mean, this is a lot already, guys. This is a lot already. Now, yes, finally, you're going to be connected to job placements through the academy. Yes, it is only through the academy that you're going to be connected to jobs, because we want to ensure that those that we are putting their names forward for jobs are those that know the work, right? So this is actual real work that we are putting in. Like I'm saying we, I'm not saying I, because it is not just me that is going to be involved in ensuring that people get actual value from this. It is a combined effort. And for everybody that comes out of this, you are going to know that you are not coming out the same way, right? Now, how do you join? The actual enrollment fee for this is a very simple token of 50,000 naira. But we have an early bird discount. As you can see, you've not seen this anywhere on social media. You are just seeing it here for the first time, right? But I have gifts for the first 100 people that joined. So remember, I have gifts for them. And I'm going to be telling you the gifts shortly. So every of these options include the same thing. But for the next 14 days, you can join at this very, very discounted rate. For the next 14 days, you can join at a very discounted rate of 35,000 naira. This is it. And this money is coming with a lot more than the price. Like, you are getting so much more than the price. You are getting so much more than the price, right? So yes, you have to be a part of this to get all of the value that we have talked about. If you want to pay in installments, yes, you can pay in 2 installments. So this is the first cohort. And for this cohort, we want to ensure that it is really, really affordable for you guys. It is not cheap, but it is affordable for you. So ensure that you are part of this first cohort to get, this. Now to my gifts. I'm going to address these questions later, but I feel like I want to say my gift quickly, because I see some people are already looking forward to getting the gift. If you know that you were part of the first 100 people to join, that is when you should use this my gift. That is when you should take this my gift. Are you guys ready for my gift unveiling? Quickly, let me know in the chat. If you are ready for me to unveil my gift, let me know. Quickly, you are ready? Okay, you are ready. And you are sure? Only 3 people are ready. If you are ready, you have to be part of the first 100 people that join this session. Right. Now, my gift to you is a 40% masterclass discount. And that means you get to join this masterclass at 30,000 naira as opposed to 50,000 naira or 35,000 naira. And this slot is only open for 48 hours. So my team would already put the link to join in the chat now. If I were you, and it's only limited, like I said, very limited. This gift is for the first 100, but it is also limited to the first 50 people that actually sign up. So you would see it, there is just 50 people. Just 50 people. It is limited. You are not going to see this anywhere because it is only for those that attend this masterclass. So you have 40% discount for the next 48 hours. Now, let me answer some of your questions. Are you guys not going to thank me? I gave you guys gifts, 40 huge, percent. Yes, you're welcome. Correct, you're welcome. You are welcome. Yes, you are welcome. All right. Now, let me answer these questions you are having. For those of us that have questions, you don't have an experience in community management. Fine. This is who this training is built for. Like I already explained, the bootcamp is for everybody that doesn't have an experience in community management. Whether you're a community manager or you're just starting out, this training is built for you. So it is not only for those that are pro or not, right? So you don't have anything to worry about. Now, you may also be thinking, you can't afford 35K right now. How do you join? You can join in 2 ways. Number 1, you can use my gift quickly, right? And then number 2, you can use the discount, the installment payment rather. So we have 2 installment payment plan. You can pay in 2 installments, right? So you can split your 35,000 naira into two and pay twice. I think that's enough already, right? So I should be getting my thank yous and my flowers from you guys. Now you may be saying, oh, I don't have time for the 4 weeks boot camp. I'm busy, I'm this and that. Like I said, it is structured around your work schedule. We know that you are busy. So in as much as it is a very serious boot camp, it is strict. We ensure that all the classes are recorded and you are going to have access to the classes, right? So yes, you are either going to choose between having access to the replays or just sleeping on opportunities, right? So this is what we are trying to achieve. You are asking as well, do we secure jobs? Oh, will I help you get a job after the training? Like I explained, the academy does not give jobs. We don't have jobs that we are giving. But what we are doing right now is that we are partnering with organizations, we are partnering with companies, right, that are looking to hire community managers. And it is only the graduates of this boot camp that we are going to put forward for these opportunities, right? So what you are getting, we are going to prep your CV, we are going to review it, and then we are also going to ensure that, you know, we support you in your first month of getting this job, right? So you're going to get the job. We are going to prep you for the interview. We're going to ensure your CV works well. And in your first 1 month on the job, you are going to get a real-time support from us, right? So for example, you are not sure how to go about the job, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry, we are here for you, right? So these are the things that you'll be getting as soon as you join the community management, boot camp. I'm really excited already. I think some people are excited as well. I'm so excited. So this is the link. If you want to join, I'm going to drop the link. I'm sure my team has started dropping the link in the chat. So go and use the 30% discount quickly. Quickly, go and use the discount quickly now. All right, so at this point, guys, I'm really excited that you guys are here. Now, I want to take questions. Yes, the boot camp is fully online, so you can join irrespective of your location. Location is not a barrier. You can join irrespective of your location. Bring the question up, guys. Yes, you can join irrespective of your location. Drop your questions in the chat. I want to take your questions. I want to take 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 questions. All right. Since some people are typing their questions, amazing. You want to join the boot camp, you are ready, you are excited. Here is the link to join. So go ahead now. It's just 50 slots really, because we don't want to crowd. We don't want too many people. And there jobs available. I've said this already. I've said this a lot already, right? So companies are already reaching out to us with available jobs, right? And we are also reaching out to companies to partner with them for jobs. So jobs are available for those that have gone through the boot camp, right? Okay, another question. Just what do you, I'm looking at this question. This person say, what do you say to people like me that are always scared of applying because I feel not experienced and ready? What I would say to you, Oluwa Shoga, is that you should join the boot camp, because our job in the boot camp is to make you ready, right? And to build your confidence in applying for jobs and actually getting the jobs. So like I said, we are going to prep you. We are going to drill you. We are going to make you, really, really skilled to get these jobs, right? So yes, you may not feel ready right now, but you are not going to leave the boot camp without being ready. So yes. Who else has another question? Guys, bring your questions up. How to build and grow thriving community. Oh, you really need this, then you should join the boot camp. Can an aspiring student join the boot camp? Yes, anybody can join the boot camp, whether you're transitioning, whether you are a student, whether you are a community manager looking to upgrade, whether you are a community owner looking to really, really understand how to build your community well, how to structure it well, yes, you can join. Yes, you can join the bootcamp. Yes, you can join the bootcamp. Anybody can join the bootcamp. Anybody can join the bootcamp. So you guys, the link to join the bootcamp is already showing on the screen, and it is right there. So go ahead now. Go ahead now. We are also going to drop the link on the WhatsApp group. So for those that are in the WhatsApp group and are ready, the first 50 people, I think we want to take like 70 or 50 for this course. So go ahead now to click on the link and join. I want to take more questions, more questions. Okay, someone that doesn't have the financial capacity to join the bootcamp but wants to learn more, I would say follow us across all social media platforms. We share free resources there. So yes, you can learn more from us. You can join the WhatsApp group as well. We are going to be dropping nuggets and we are going to be having sessions from time to time there. So yes, you can as well join, right? Pending the time that we have that you have enough. But again, like I said, we have installment payment plans, so you can pay in two plans actually. You can pay in two plans actually. So yes, I think that's a good one for you, because you already know there is a difference between what you're going to get in the bootcamp and what you're going to get on social media, right? Yes. Do we have more questions, guys? So like I said, there is a discount. Pelumi Jeje, you can go ahead to use the 40% discount. It's my gift to you. So go ahead to use my gift, 30,000 naira to join right now. Yes, you can pay in installments as well, like I said. So go ahead now. Social media handle, the Community Management Academy, Grow with Moi. I'm going to drop it on Instagram. Grow with Moi is my personal handle. On LinkedIn, you will find me there, Moyoluwa Fakeye. You can also follow the Community Management Academy across all social media platforms. Across all social media platforms. So, guys, I am hopeful your questions have been answered. If you have more questions, please and please don't hesitate to drop them in the chat, and then we can take more questions for the next 1 minute. After that, I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for joining. We're going to be having more free sessions like this from time to time. So yes, the recording will be sent to you and you can rewatch again. The recording will be sent to you and you can rewatch again, right? So yes, the recording will be sent to you. It's personal mentorship, part of the bootcamp. Well, with the bootcamp, you have access to me, right? And we are going to be answering your questions. We are going to be asking sessions where I'm going to be answering your questions one-on-one, right? So you have that as part of the boot camp. All right. Does anybody have more questions? Hi, Iswat. You're welcome. So go ahead to click on this link now to join the boot camp. We're excited to have you guys on board. We can't even wait. We can't wait to have you guys join the boot camp. So yes, go ahead now to join the boot camp. Go ahead now to join the boot camp. And I'm going to see you. It's what you missed out on the boot camp explanation. All right, let me quickly take you through that. The bootcamp is a 4-week serious, that's the word, serious accelerator program for those that are interested in becoming actual community managers, right? So you're going to get all of this that you're seeing on the screen and even more, right? So we are going to be treating in-depth details of community management. We're going to be treating in-depth details of community management. So yes, it is 4 weeks. You're going to get a certificate. You're going to be getting my book for free, personal branding playbook. You're going to be having access to AMA sessions. We are treating Web3, community management. We are talking around your CV, personal branding. We are prepping you for jobs, and we are helping you to secure the job, to secure the bag, right? So yes, this is what the bootcamp is like, and that's the next phase of this training. And the bootcamp is only early bird discount is 35,000 naira, but I'm giving gifts to everybody that has joined this session. First 100 people, 30,000 naira is only your enrollment fee. So you get to join at this hugely discounted rate before others, right? So yes, Go ahead now, guys, to join the bootcamp. Will there be another bootcamp of this type again? Well, I can't say. I honestly don't know because it takes a lot to run this bootcamp. So my honest advice would be that you join this course, you join this bootcamp right now. You can use the installment payment plan as well to join, and you can also use the early bird discount I gave you, right? So the early bird discount expires in 48 hours. In 48 hours. So you can join. Yes, the 30K caps end in 2 days. That's 48 hours, right? It ends in 48 hours. So I've dropped the link in the chat. The 48 hours has already started though. So 48 hours started, I think, when we started this session, right? So 48 hours ends after the next 43 or 42, or how many hours is remaining. So that's about it. I'm sorry, Oluwasoga, we cannot split the 30K into two. We cannot split the 30K into two because that's my gift. You want me to be splitting my gift again? No, guys, we have tried already. The team has tried. So like I said, it's not a personal effort or alone. It's a team effort. So that was what the team allowed me to do. I'm the one giving you the gift, and the team has said I should not overdo it. So yes, they're giving me 50 slots for only 30,000 naira, 48 hours. Right. All right, guys. Do you have any other questions around community management? Please feel free to reach out to me on social media, and I'm going to answer your questions. If you want more access to me, you want to ask more questions, you want one-on-ones, you want me to review your community strategy with you, please join the bootcamp or book a one-on-one session with me. The link is on my bio on Instagram. Right. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. I think we have come to the end of this session. If you don't have any more questions, go ahead now to sign up for the bootcamp. And I'm going to be seeing you there. I'm so excited. I'm going to be seeing you guys in the bootcamp. I'm going to be seeing you in the bootcamp, right? So go ahead now to sign up, guys. And I'm looking forward to placing, we have 3 more job opportunities right now, 3 vacancies. So I want to know who those 3 people would be. And I'm really excited for them already. So guys, thank you so much. You're going to be getting an email right after this call. But before we close, in the chat, I want you to show me, how was this session to you? How was this session to you? In 1 word, in 10 words, in a sentence, in 5 sentences. Tell me, what is one thing you have learned from this session? What is one thing you have learned from this session? How would you rate this session? I want you guys to respond. 100% amazing. But what is one thing that you learned? What can you say that you learned from this session? Let me know. What did you learn from this session? What did you learn from this session? Let me know your take home from this session, guys. Let me know your take home from this session. All right, we are going to be dropping the link in the WhatsApp group as well. And you are going to be receiving an email with a replay. You are going to be receiving an email with a replay. Yes, you're going to be receiving an email with a replay. How do you build your portfolio as a community manager? This is a full-blown topic in the bootcamp. This is what we are going to be discussing in the bootcamp. So the person that asked that question, I want to see you in the bootcamp so that I'm going to respond to your questions in details, because this is not something that we can just respond to once and for all, right? We need to walk you through how to actually build your portfolio and assist you review your existing portfolio and ensure that your portfolio is really, really solid. Really, really solid. Amazing. The step-by-step teaching is brilliant. Thank you. CM means community management. More clarity on what it means. You got that. Amazing. I'm really excited, guys. Go ahead to like this channel, follow this channel, subscribe if you have not subscribed. This is my YouTube channel and I share a lot of valuable resources here. So go ahead to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, right? I can't wait to see you guys in the bootcamp. Amazing. Thank you for your feedback, guys. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. I think we have come to the end of this session. You are going to be receiving an email right after this session with a link to the replay and the link for you to join the bootcamp. If you have not joined the WhatsApp community, please go ahead to join it right away. And then I'm going to be seeing you on the inside of the boot camp. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. I love you. I love you so much. And I can't wait to see you in the Community Management Accelerator Boot Camp. All right, guys. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Excited. I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Remember, 48 hours. I've started counting. So go ahead now to use the link. Go ahead now to use the link. Go ahead now to use the link. You learned about calm. I love that. You learned about calm. You learned about calm. I love that. I love that. Amazing. Amazing. Wow. I love this feedback. Thank you so much. You came to the realization that you have been engaging in managing of people in one way or the other without taking it seriously. Interesting. You learn the qualities of being a good community manager. I love that. This is so, so interesting. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm so excited that this session happened, and I'm glad that you found it really, really valuable. So, yes, I'm going to see you guys in. Wow, some people have started signing up for the boot camp already. I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited. For those of you that are still here, let me show you what it looks like on the inside of the boot camp. You're going to be getting a lot of value, a lot of value. The scheme of work, the syllabus is really, really filled. It is really, really filled. It is really, really filled. It is really, really filled. Right, so go ahead now to sign up. As you can see, you learn community management fundamentals beyond just group chats. I'm sure you can see the flyer, right? You're going to be learning a lot of this, right? All right, guys, thank you for joining, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.